Here we go. Welcome, everybody, to All Stars and Stripes Heroes Connection. This is a networking group for military veterans, first responders, their families, or anybody who want to support us or do business to business networking with us. So great to have everybody here. For the next 50, well, I guess it would be 53 minutes now. We start each meeting with a moment of silence, and then we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance, the national anthem. I will talk a little bit about what the Scuttlebutt.club is and how to use it to sign up to be a spotlight speaker and to invite people. And then we will have our business briefs, and you can share about yourself for you'll have 60 seconds to talk about yourself, and also put your information in the chat at any point in the meeting, but especially then. And then we'll have our hero highlight and our spotlight speaker, who is Jim today. It's going to be awesome. Y'all are going to love his presentation. And then we end on an inspirational thought and announcements and reminders. So let's get us started with a moment of silence. Now for the Pledge of Allegiance. Oh, you know what? I'm going to stop sharing here a second, and then I'm going to reshare. I see we have a couple new faces today. That's great to see you all. I wasn't able to see until just now. I need to share my sound. There we go. Somebody holler out if you cannot hear this. And if you are able to stand, this would be a great time too.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now have the national anthem. Was right up there with the Whitney Houston one. Thought that was really good. Okay, so the Scuttlebutt.club, if you go to that website, it will, and it is actually HTTPS. I need to change that on this slide, but that is where you will find the Zoom registration link. Just please remember that for anybody to attend the meeting, they do have to register. We were Zoom bombed about a year or so ago and don't want to have that happen again. But also you'll find our social media links on there for our Facebook group, our YouTube channel, and anywhere else that I'm able to have our presence out there to share with people. And I invite you to go on there to like and to share the things that we post. And it's also a place where you can invite people to come to our meetings as well. There's also the meeting agenda, give people a general idea what to expect when they come join us. And then there is a link to sign up to be a spotlight speaker. When you do sign up to be a spotlight speaker, please choose as many dates as you can. Because like I had somebody sign up for just one day and I already had Jim, which was today, and I had Jim already lined up. So now I have to kind of rearrange that. Pick as many as you can, and I'll stick you on where it fits the best, and make a plan for that presentation with you. So, and then there is also the link to my calendar if you want to get together and talk about what your presentation is, and practice sharing your screen or whatever you may need to do. So Now I'm going to stop sharing here because this is a time where we do our business briefs, and they are called business briefs because you have just 60 seconds to tell us about yourself, your business, where you're from. And Santa Papa John is usually our timer. You got that set up for us? Awesome. So, Santa Papa John, he knows how to do things fast because, man, he gets all across the country delivering toys in one night to all those boys and girls. So, we have him keep us on time. I'm going to turn this part of our meeting over to Mary Ann. She's going to be our co-host today. And Mary Ann, take it away.
Okay, let's start with Natalie.
Good afternoon. Really pleased to be here. I'm in Michigan. I am a Shapley ambassador, helping you when you are so busy with your business. It's time that you take care of your health. And I can give you some ideas that'll get your day started and help you have the energy and the vitality and the immune system to keep on moving. I am also interested in sharing the opportunity for earnings, and especially as widow of a veteran. I'm a patriot. I love our nation and I love our flag, and I would love to work with veteran young women who are on the run, perhaps from place to place with their husbands who are in the military, and have families, because we can help the families be healthy and we can have them have earnings. And I have a Zoom on Thursday evening. If any of you would like to be um, in on a healthy chat, please let me know. 7:30 Eastern.
Great, thank you, Natalie. Okay, Melissa.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Melissa. I am the Angel of Freedom. I work with the Wealth Builders, and we help families to take the chaos out of retirement and financial education and creating college funds and helping to figure out tax strategies to figure out how to not give Uncle Sam our money. I love to work with everybody. I'm out of California, but I can work from anywhere. And I love working with families of veteran veterans and military, because I've had family in every branch of the military that's served. And I'm looking forward to sitting down and meeting with everybody here as well to see how we can help build each other up. Thank you.
Great, got 10 seconds to spare. Okay, Missy.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Missy Newman, a Navy veteran, and I'm with Coyote Bookkeeping. I work with owners of small to medium-sized businesses who didn't start their business to become bookkeepers, but somehow ended up stuck doing it anyway. I help those owners who are great at what they do, but overwhelmed by the numbers behind the scenes. When books are messy or unclear, owners end up stressed, guessing at cash flow, and spending nights and weekends doing paperwork. At Coyote Bookkeeping, I clean up the chaos, keep financials accurate and compliant, and give owners clear reports they can actually understand so they can focus on running and growing their business instead of fighting with QuickBooks. Let me fight with QuickBooks. My goal is simple: clarity, confidence, and more time back in your day. Thank you.
Great job, 10 seconds left. Dr. Patricia, are you around? Because you're not on video. I'm not sure if you're going to be here to speak or not. Well, maybe she's not. Okay, I have no idea who Pink
I'm here.
Cloud Night. Oh, you are there. Okay.
What
Dr.
did you say?
Patricia?
What did you say?
Well, we're all doing our 60-second business briefs, and we called on you to do yours.
Okay, hi everybody. Yeah, how y'all doing today? I'm Dr. Patricia Rogers, and I am a visibility strategist. And what Unity in Service does is we set a platform for entrepreneurs to speak, promote your product and services, increase your leads so that you can get more clients. And we make sure that all of our attendees receive a copy of the email list so that you can do an easy follow-up. You speak, Unity in Service fills the seats. And we have an event coming up on March the 20th, complimentary seats. And we will put the link, I will put the link in the chat. And you all can come join us and be ready to do your intro as well in our networking session.
Okay, we got 15 seconds left. Anything else you want to say?
No, y'all just click that link.
All
Come on
right.
out, just come join us. We join. I don't know if anybody knows. His name is Jeff. Anybody know Jeff? Jeff. Lord have mercy. What's Jeff's last name? Anyway, Jeff Klein. So we're buying forces in this event. He's bringing
Got
his
it.
community. I'm bringing mine, and we're gonna set it off on March the 20th. So y'all come on out.
Thank you. Okay, Pink. We don't see you and we don't hear you. So
Hey there.
oh, there you are.
Yeah.
Come on camera, Pink.
I am in the office right now, so I don't have to speak if you don't want me to. It's not a big deal. But I can't turn off on my camera at the moment.
Oh, that's fine. Go ahead. We hear your voice. Go ahead.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. Yeah, so Miss Patricia, I know Jeff Klein and Kimberly Crow and Jenny Trask, so that's going to be great. That's going to be a powerful move, everyone together. Amazing. Hi, everyone. I'm a video podcaster, and I've interviewed over 400 amazing people. Hey, Jim, nice to see you here again with Miss Lean. So, anywho, I'm part of the network. I just hopped in on the Alignable today, and then luckily it brought me to Zoom because I don't even know how Alignable works yet, but I'll figure it out. Thank you so much.
Okay, Greg, let's have you go.
All right. Hello, everyone. Greg Boone here. The biggest pain point I hear when I'm speaking with people is how expensive traditional healthcare has gotten to be, with high premiums, huge deductibles, and very little peace of mind. Excuse me. That's why I work with Impact Health Sharing. It's not insurance. It's a modern solution where a community agrees to share eligible medical expenses. The benefits are massive. First of all, with savings, people often save hundreds of dollars monthly. And second, you get complete freedom. There's no network. You can see any doctor or go to any hospital that you choose. So if you're ready to cut your monthly health expenses, let's talk. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Greg.
Mhm.
Okay, Ruben, come on up.
Thank you, Marianne. Marianne did an excellent job. We had a one-to-one. She taught me how to enhance what I'm doing on Canva. It's really, really good. Thank you so much. And Pink Cloud Lady, I think I invited you here, but I want to put a link in the chat to my calendar. I'll show you basically how Alignable works, okay? When you get a chance. Okay, guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, for those into instant communication, break out your phones, guys. I only got a few seconds. Scan this. And tell me if it took.
What do we win, Ruben? What do we win? Tell everyone.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You may win something from me in the fun. But right here, I'm showing you basically everybody scans. Okay, this is a dynamic QR code. Show who you are with one QR. And essentially what it is, it's encrypted, so it's safe. But it gives you multiple things to do. Like right now, I'm working on Route 66, treasures of Route 66 for our city hall. They're going to have a big extravaganza, and I'm taking pictures of old buildings along Route 66, and I'm going to put them in a landing page where every retailer in our city, brick and mortar, can have their link in there. And of course, to get people in their store, they'll have to offer some kind of a discount. So there's all kinds of things you can do. Again, too, reach out to me. I'll show you how to use it. Take care.
It worked, Ruben. We actually were able to get it through the Zoom there. Thanks very much. Okay, Santa.
Oh, I suppose I can go next. Hey, my big win last week, I hit 175,000 views on YouTube. So Come on, join the party and see what everybody's coming to check out. But you know what? I want to read stories to your family and to your business. I want to create videos to make people smile, giggle, and laugh. And I want to, I've got t-shirts and coloring books and cookbooks. So I'm a very versatile, very productive Santa, besides loving working with our veterans. Of course, I have a whole separate website, The Warriors Beacon of Hope, where I'm compiling a nationwide list of services and meetings and scholarships, because we all know our veterans. We love our veterans, and thank you all that have served today that's on the call. Sometimes you got to go looking for other places to get services, and that's what I'm trying to compile, folks. So help me out, make this list a nationwide list. So back to you.
Great. Thank you, Santa. Okay, Jay, how about you jump in?
Okay, Jay Pullen from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and this is my first time. I have to confess that I didn't think much about the name and realized that it was primarily veterans and so forth. But I'm happy to work with veterans. My father was a veteran and my daughter is a veteran. So I certainly appreciate those who do serve. So I work with people that have chronic conditions and they would like a natural way to help get resolved for their condition. It works completely different. It's not nutritional. It works by activating the vagus nerve, and that really facilitates the natural healing properties that we have, that all of our bodies have. It's been pretty impressive. So that's what I do. Short, clear,
Okay, thank
simple.
you, Jay. That's great. Okay, Adam, you want to tell us a little about yourself?
Thank you, Marianne. My name is Adam. I'm from PrimeSpan. That Life, we are a health and wellness coaching platform for we focus for the 55 and up community. We're probably one of the only few company that focus our wellness programs for the 55 and up. We specialize in dementia prevention, and also we specialize in increasing health span, coaching wellness, basically. And so our coaches are trained to increase the health span for older adults and longevity. And pretty much that's it. That's our biggest piece. When someone joins us, we notice the increased level of cognitive levels. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Adam. Jim, do you
Hi,
want to
Ruben.
tell us a little bit more?
Tell you what, I got 12 to 15 minutes. You are going to hear so much from me. The one thing I am going to say, I guess I'll use a few seconds, what Greg offers, right? And I'll share a little bit more, but I just want a quick story is that last year I got rid of my insurance and I joined a health share. And I had a freak accident, near-death experience, generated over $130,000 in medical bills. Guess how much a cash pay pays? $57,720. Boom. The health share paid it all. So you're going to hear more about me. So I'll donate the rest of my time.
Okay, great. Thanks. Kurt, you want to do your 60-second?
I would love to do my 60 seconds. It sounds like I got a minute to win it, and I'm here to help you win it, folks. I'm Kurt Roskoff, aka Special K, here to brighten up your day. Come on, let's get some energy in this room, folks. We like to make a show and feature you in the show. It's a free complimentary offer. An example is in 90 minutes. We're going to have Santa Papa John on our platform, and we're going to be doing networking with Santa. Some more networking for a Monday like today. Come do it with us and be part of the VIP panel discussion. And what we like to do is make it a suggested next step from being this all stars and stripes heroes connection. When we part here, it's like we're already missing each other, aren't we? So let's get you out there to a big audience and do more of this, sharing who you are, what you do, your products, services, anything personally you like to share. And we like to have fun, so we even take skeletons in your closet. Ha ha ha.
All right. Thank you, Kurt. Angela.
Time for me. It's so great to see everybody here today. My business name is Starship Solutions, but my primary focus is I work with a company called WealthWave, and we teach people how money works. All those things that they didn't teach us when we were in high school, all those things they didn't teach us when we were in college, even. We have doctors, lawyers, engineers, people who have all these degrees and have not learned the things that we teach in these simple little books written on a fifth grade level called How Money Works, Stop Being a Sucker. And I know there's a lot of us old dogs in here. I mean, I'm not going to point out any names or anything, but you know what? We can always learn something new. And one thing I'll end on is I'm so excited. I just got back from a convention for WealthWave, and we have a brand new book called How Money Works for Special Needs Families. So anybody here know of a special needs family? They have a special needs child. If you know of those people, I would love to connect with them and work with anybody and everybody. But yeah, that's my story, and there's a lot more to me. Set up a one-to-one with me, and we can talk. All right.
Great.
And
Thanks,
then I
Angela.
think it's your turn.
Yep, and I'll be last. I'll bring up the end here. Hey, everyone, Mary Ann Guinea. There are three things that are important to most people: their health, their money, and their time. And if you have one of those things, most people do, it's really bad when you don't have the other two. So you can have all the great physical health in the world, and when you're broke and you have no time or you're doing Uber 20 hours a day, you don't have a good life. So you really have to have all three. I work for a company called Melaleuca.com. And what I show people how to do is have affordable products, Whole Foods quality at Walmart pricing with direct to your door like Amazon. So if your time, your money, and your health are all important to you, you want to have a conversation with me because here's the thing: documentation beats conversation all the time. What do you see in writing? What can you really count on? Where are the patents? There's a lot of things that we can share. And I help people save time, money, and get better health. Angela, back to you then. We keep going.
You sent a picture of what was coming up. Was everybody only seeing that screen when I was sharing earlier? Let's see here.
No, when you were
Oh,
first
we're
sharing, you
seeing
were
the
sharing
gallery.
your whole Canva thing with the things on the side and the
But y'all
whole, yeah,
saw the everything else the right way later, right?
right.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Marianne, for doing the business briefs for us and being such a great co-host. Really appreciate it. Today, our hero highlight is going to be by Jim, and he's going to share with us about his father, Robert. So I'll leave this up so everybody can kind of get a little bit of an idea, and then I'll pull it down. So you got like 2 to 3 minutes to tell us about your father.
Perfect. So my father served in the Army. Actually, he was a real rocket scientist, and he served between after Korea ended and before Vietnam started, and he was at the Yuma test range. So I was very proud of the fact that I had a dad growing up. I was like, what's a rocket scientist? Basically, he was a math and physics guy. So that's where he served. I want to say for 4 years. I think 4 years just before he met my mother and just before the twinkle in their eye became me. So that is my dad. He passed in 2019. So we had full military honors at his passing. And I'm just going to share the last time I had communication with him. I had a near-death experience last June 26th. Freak accident, probably should have died. That's what they said in the hospital. But I was, the short of it is I was crushed. And I was crushed and hanging on a fence. Number one, I was at the most peaceful space I've been to. I had no regrets. I knew I was going to die. As everything started to go white and I started seeing stars, my father came through very clearly and said, it's not your time. At that moment, the machine that was crushing me stopped. I fell to the ground, ended up in the ICU for 6 days. And that was 7 months ago. I am well on my path of healing. Sorry, sometimes it's tough to talk about that. I am still processing the trauma, which I'll talk about a little bit in a minute, but I really want to honor my father, because my father, like I said, that's the symbol on the left. That's the one jacket I have of his, is that. And he was at the Yuma test station. That's what I have.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you for being a supportive military son and for all that your dad did. And for some reason, I still can't get this to look right. But as y'all have just been introduced to our spotlight speaker for today, let me see here. Jim is a life architect. I think that's so cool as a description, because as being having been in drafting, that's a great analogy. He is a certified transformational coach with over 20 years of experience in a wide range of therapeutic modalities. His coaching experience ranges from clients experiencing deep trauma in addiction recovery facilities to business owners, executives, and high-level managers seeking to build resilient teams. And to folks looking to expand their personal growth and journey into deeper understanding of the sorry, hang on a second. I got lost here. So to a deeper understanding of the growth and the journey of this human experience. Jim has studied in 2 coaching academies and in very unique modalities to deepen his expertise as a life architect, including training the Native American spiritual healers and Peruvian indigenous shaman healers, working with spiritual medicines. He is a certified advanced theta practitioner and spent 5 years attending Landmark Education's curriculum courses. A current coaching peer who has witnessed Jim's work said of Jim, Jim coaches in Carhartts, approaching trauma recovery with both serious dedication and healing laughter. His book, Wounds to Wisdom, which I really want to read, outlines his effective methodology for overcoming trauma's grip on life and transforming painful experiences into sources of strength and insight. Jim's work shows that the cycle of intergenerational pain can stop with each of us when we commit to healing ourselves. And I am so excited for your presentation, Jim. I know this is I've been looking forward to this all week. So I'm going to turn it over to you. And Santa Papa John, can you put 16 minutes on the timer? Thank you.
Perfect. And then if you want to go ahead and stop screen, there we go. I want to see all of your beautiful faces. So I'm Jim Pehkonen. I'm a life architect. The unique thing about me is I've spent at least 1/3 of my life playing in the field of trauma. And one of the things I want to say, especially about veterans, I have worked with veterans group. Last summer, I did some sacred medicine healing with about 12 veterans. And it was just a beautiful experience. During life, and whether you're in active service, whether you served, or whether you just live life, one of the things about our service members is when they went in there, when they got through their basic training, they were given a mission, a rank, and orders. They knew exactly how the structure of their life worked thanks to the basic training. But when the uniform came off, many veterans find that the blueprint for personal life has been shifted quite a bit, not only as a result of the service, but as a result of the experiences that they have had in their service. And if along the way, if any of you have a question, please raise your hand. I have an outline, but if you have a question, I love to address it, because then I can make sure I can address the process of understanding how we create our life's experience and how we can overcome trauma. So as a life architect, I don't fix problems. I am not a traditional therapist. I have people understand the underlying structure of what it is to be an individual, and you understand it to the point that you begin to know how you think, feel, and operate based upon understanding. I do my very best when traditional methods have not worked. So the people that I've worked with, I assist them to understand how they create their experience of life, and along the ways we process those traumas. The unique things is when I first start working with somebody, they got to trust this person. In this talk, I want to show that veterans and people, you're not broken. You were built with a foundation that was based upon very, very early traumas that we grew up building shaky foundations around how we learn how to be safe. Now, veterans, through the basic training and through their experience, they've had a lot more trauma. And along the way, I'm going to share 3 stories of 3 clients. This was my last teenager before COVID, my last live person. And he had some trauma happen, and it was so unique that we could not sit in an office. We had to walk for 1 hour at a time. And last year, when I built a new website, I got a hold of his mom and said, "Hey, could I get a referral?" And she's like, "Oh my gosh." She's like, "What?" She's like, "Here's what I want to tell you, is that you gave my son the wisdom of his grandfather while he was still in high school." And to me, that was such a beautiful thing. I will always remember that. Now, question I have for everybody, and just throw some answers out. What is trauma?
It is an experience that will absolutely either make you or break you.
Boom.
It will either make you drive to do something better for yourself, or it will cripple you and paralyze you. It just depends on which way you decide to take it.
I love that. That's beautiful, right? It is, and the thing about trauma is trauma occurs just below the roots, and the impact of the trauma is based upon your roots. When I work with somebody, we go into the roots, because when do you think, as spiritual beings in a human experience, when did we experience our first traumatic or dramatic experience?
Getting slapped on the fanny when came out of her mama's womb.
I had a client that remembered that. I had one client that actually remembered the trauma of going from this warm, beautiful place out in the world. And it was, yeah. So that was the first one. Normally, most people, the initial trauma occurs between 18 months and 5 years.
Childhood.
And in my work, it creates what I call a break from love. Because if you take a look at the generalization at a 500-foot level, every baby is born in the space of love, and they just look at the big ones and they want to be like the big ones. They want to do the things like the big ones. And then a traumatic event happens and we shift. And it actually creates a survival blueprint. And that survival blueprint, when we have more severe trauma later, it reinforces that, and it creates a structural shift that you now experience the world through a filter of trauma. And it's how you see and it's how you react. And our veterans, because of what some of them have done, they have, not only do they have trauma, but they have these really digging things in there that just hold them from growing. So I'm going to give you my second example of dealing with trauma. Y'all know who Charlie Kirk was. Ironically, I spent 28 years in Utah, and the day of the assassination, about 90 minutes after the assassination, the father of one of the families where I've worked with so many people called me and said, "Have you heard?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I heard." And he said, and I had worked with one of his sons. He said, that son, his brother, and the stepbrother that was the third or fourth in line to ask a question, they witnessed that trauma. He's like, "I need a session with you tonight." He brought 7 people. He brought mom, dad, he brought the siblings, and he brought the husband of one of the daughter that and he was the one that was 3, he was less than 20 feet from the assassination. And here's the thing, in 3.5 hours, I processed all 7 of them, and not one of them has any recurring issues. Can you guess who is the easiest one to process? Anybody? You guys are so good.
Probably one of the ones with the most trauma.
It was actually the ones with the most trauma. He was my biggest challenge. The easiest one to process was the one that had been my client, because he already knew. We were able, and I actually utilized him almost as my assistant because he understood. Because when I called him, he says, "Yeah, dude, it was tragic, but I get it." Right? And the one that was the most traumatized, that fellow's wife said that night I broke him open. Now, the thing is after about 3 weeks, the father said, "That's my son-in-law. He owns his own company. If he wants to work with you, he can." He has since crawled back into his shell and he's sewing himself up. But I told him that I'm always here for him. How's my time going? Good. Okay.
You got 7 minutes. You're good.
Perfect. So, one of the things real quick, we create our experience of life in our head, right? So there's the lens versus the world. The lens is the CPU that processes everything. And I'm going to say something bold here. There is no out there, out there. Your entire existence occurs in here, and it is processed in the CPU called the brain. That we have our optical inlets, we have our what we hear and what we speak, and we create our world in here. It literally becomes a thought feeling loop. And once people understand the core beliefs that you have created along the way, you can knock down the foundations of protection that you built from that hurt young human. Because the best example, I was on a podcast on Sunday, and one of the people talked about, no, this was either something that happened last week. One of the people talked about that the best explanation of life comes from Star Trek, and where they had the hologram, because our life is a hologram that we create and live as our reality. And the deeper you understand that inside, especially if you have had severe trauma, the easier it is to navigate the world. And here's where I'm going to share. As a child, I experienced sexual trauma from both men and women. And it was pretty severe. It took me 10 to 15 years to really heal myself. And my commitment to humanity is it should take no one that long. As much as the trauma was perfect for me, and the time spent to learn what I learned was perfect for me, people that sit in front of me, we usually get done in under 1.5 years, 2 years, sometimes even better. What I do is I work with individuals so that they can understand and live in their lives, not as the tenant, as the victim, of these thoughts that are coming up because of all of the experiences you had in the past. You get to be the architect. You're going to have an old thought comes up. You're going to be like, yeah, I understand that one. That one comes from my trauma when I was 10, right? Oh, I'm going to understand that one. That one goes real way down the roots to when I was 18 months. And the thing about my core trauma is that not only do I remember it, but I've discussed it with my biological mother. She remembers the night. I was able to get her perspective on what happens, which helps me deeply, deeply understand it. One more example from one of my clients is that I had a woman, and this is another thing. In Utah, I tended to work with a lot of families. I'd start with one person, I'd get a verbal referral. I was working with one lady who was in her low 20s, and she had a serious addiction problem. And after we got through that trust bridge, she told me about a sexual trauma. And I had to sit down with her parents and explain what happened and keep the father from going out and doing harm to a family friend that had actually done something to her. Next summer, I was invited to her reception, and her husband was crying. He came up to me, he gave me a big hug, and he said, "Thank you for giving me the woman that I fell in love with," because we were able to process everything. And last I heard, she had gone back because she started school as a medical student. She ended up with a different degree, and she was in a job she didn't like. And because of how solid things were, she was able to go back, go to school, and she's probably in like one of the years as a doctor because that's what she wanted. So I think I'm going to wrap this up. What do we have? Oh, perfect timing. I'm going to wrap this up. One of the things I will say about service members is service members and people, you've spent a lot of years serving a larger structure. And the moment you understand how you create this experience of life, you can bust that old foundation away. You can create a new foundation based upon confidence, based upon love, based upon trust. And you can really do what I create to say, you can live an amazing life. And I'm gonna close with a quote, and then if there's any questions you have, we have some time for questions. But the quote I have is, "A building is only as strong as its foundation, but its beauty is determined by its design." And the deeper you understand not only how to create, but to design and create a foundation based upon something that moves your heart forward, you can leave all the trauma, the drama, and all that stuff behind, and you can create an amazing life. Any questions? Yes. Is that a hand up? Ruben.
Jim, in terms of creating, I've been blessed several times in the past year and a half. I had family members that lost their loved ones to fentanyl.
Yep.
And they asked me to paint their portraits. I painted their portraits, and the healing process started.
Isn't it amazing the different things that trigger the healing process? It really is. And sometimes it's a painting. Sometimes it's a meditation. Sometimes it's simply being able to be heard. Any other questions? We have a little bit of time left. Is there any last questions out there? Okay, the last thing I will say is I am beginning a new endeavor where I am working with two people from Canada, one financial person, a coach that works with the feminine, and myself as the masculine. And we are doing something. We are bringing a new evolution to separation, where people that are separated are going to go through a process where we're going to bring peace, joy, and love to the separation and divorce process. Thanks, everybody.
Wow. Jim, that was awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, and I will say part of my healing process has been this group and just the support that I get here. And it's been amazing. But, and you know what, to be able to bring people like you to the people that are here and also to anybody who might see this later on a YouTube video. and I hope that they do reach out to you and work with you. So thank you so much. Y'all share, go to his website and look up some more information. And thank you again, Jim, for your presentation. Next week, Ruben,
thanks for your patience.
Oh yeah, no, it's great. And Ruben, I have you down for next week. Does that still work for you? Awesome. So Ruben is definitely a picture of successful aging. And it's always a just a treat to hear Ruben speak. So if you would like to be one of our Spotlight speakers in the future, you can scan this QR code. It'll take you to the Spotlight speaker form. Please upload pictures on there and don't worry, it's not like you're committing to a certain date and time and all of that. I will connect with you and coordinate with you. And we're very flexible. If for some reason you have a hard time with the date that you've picked and I need to reschedule you, we can always fill someone else in. Just get on the form. So I have your name there. Our inspirational thought for today is by Steve Jobs. He said, "I'm convinced that about half of what separates the successful entrepreneurs from the non-successful ones is pure perseverance." I think most of us here who are entrepreneurs have had that experience. So we've got a lot of persevering people in this group. And I'm going to stop sharing now and open it up for announcements or testimonials. If you've had a great experience with the one-to-one with someone or working with someone in this group or a product that you've used, this would be a great time to share that. And also just want to thank everybody for having been here today. So now we can all see one another. Good to see you, Joe. And it's great to have new faces here. So Ruben, you have an announcement or a testimonial?
Yes. I think I mentioned earlier that I had a one-to-one with Mary Ann. She is she knows technology. And we all probably have used Canva to a certain degree, but I didn't really realize I have the free account of Canva and I've been using it for years, at least to my level of expectations. I've been satisfied. But she opened up something entirely new. They have an AI derivative that they use that you can really romance it. And again, also too, I want to call out Joe. Joe McKenzie's in the room here. Joe and I have trying to get together because he's got the water of wonder. ASEA, right? ASEA. I'm familiar with ASEA, but eventually we're going to get together on there. But please reach out to us and do a one-to-one. I think that's going to be the key because we're all blessed with some talents. And Jim, thank you so much for the great presentation.
Yes. All right. Yeah, Dr. Patricia, did you have an announcement or a testimonial? No. Oh, you're cheering. Okay. All right. Well, thank you everybody for being here. I'm gonna stop the recording, but everybody give a big happy wave so I can get a screenshot later. Thank y'all so much.